So I'm laying here reflecting on the difference that I noticed between a lack of sleep related to stress and overdoing and a lack of sleep related to having fun. Because I spent the last couple of days I went out at night and didn't get a lot of sleep. So I might have slept maybe 6 or 7 hours between the last couple nights. And I was tired today, but I wasn't run down and feeling like I was getting sick like I do when I'm sleep deprived from stress. Like I just kind of have this oh, you're about to get sick kind of energy, when I'm sleep deprived from stress. But this tired was like a, I don't know, happy, chill, tired. It wasn't like um the rundown. I don't know, the energy of it was totally different. And I was reflecting on that because, in my mind, it's always about sleep. But this pattern recognition, kind of confronts and challenges that notion of it's quantity, and quality, but of sleep that will determine how I feel and my resilience and my immune system function. But this kind of threw that notion on its head because there's something either immune building about having fun and letting out your inner child and embracing it without judgment, without criticism, and just feeling that those feelings of freedom, dancing like nobody's watching, just letting that part of you be seen and not give two shits what anybody thinks. There's something about that. And having fun and laughing and enjoying yourself and other people in all the ways is there's I don't know. There's something there's something to it. And especially for me because I grew up Mormon, so I didn't get to have a normal partying in your 20s and I mean, I was engaged at I was married at 19. And I had my first kid by the time I was 21. So I had to grow up early. And the home that I grew up in, I never really felt freedom to play, really play, without judgment, without fear of, whatever the thing is. And so finding time to embrace that now and make space for the little kid in me that just wants to play and be silly and just embrace, all of that energy and just not care anything about what anybody thinks. Just be who I am and how I am in the moment, how I feel is I think that that's going to be a big part of that, a thing that I need to incorporate into my journey, because I think what it does for me is it takes me outside the box. The box of how we were raised to think that we have to be, right? So the program, this got to fit into this neat little, box. And the more time I can spend outside the box and explore the different parts of me and explore the different, potentials and discover, just try everything. Try what maybe I like to do different kind of, I don't know, maybe try painting, maybe try this, maybe try that. What speaks to me, But not being afraid of judgment and criticism and feeling like I have to be perfect or anything like that. But step outside that box into freedom. And that's what it was doing for me, was giving me that sense of freedom. And that, so the tired that I felt was a free, happy, I don't know, just oh my God, the more time I can spend outside the box, embracing that part of me, tap into what's possible, the potential, the goddess, the queen, the all the stuff that's in there that like I think I don't really remember ever when I'm living inside the box and inside the matrix and doing the things the way that society and everybody expects of me, being who I'm supposed to be and how I'm supposed to be, right? So stepping outside of my roles, taking all my hats off and taking back my fucks, like just not caring. I need more time, you know, turning on the music and dancing with my little ones and just letting out my little inner child, or going to the karaoke bar and just not giving two shits what I sound like, if I'm off key, or whatever the thing is that helps me embrace that sense of freedom and getting outside the box and just not caring what anybody thinks. Like, that's going to be, that's a goal of mine, is to incorporate that more into my journey. God, I need it. I think we all do. So anyway, it's just so interesting, the difference in the lack of sleep, like how I feel. And I can get 8 hours of sleep and probably be like, with the stress level that I've been used to enduring, and still feel run down, like, because I'm not tapping into that creative energy, that creative part of myself. So I think it's important. It's not just about quantity. It's about how are we living our life and what are we putting our energy into, and how are we, judging ourselves or perceiving the judgments of others, So anyway, I'm just rambling now, but like super interesting and something I never really like considered before now. So anyway, the more opportunities you can responsibly, it doesn't have to be with alcohol, but like, just turn the music on and dance like nobody's watching, or whatever the thing is that speaks to you, your inner child. Where can you give them time? Where can you embrace the inner child in you and make space for that part of yourself? Because that's what it's about, is making space for the parts of ourselves that show up or that need our attention. And sometimes it's just for fun. Sometimes it's just for play. We have so many responsibilities and obligations. I think it's, just as important to make space for that. So anyway, food for thought.